Come here, little Timmy, it will only take a jiffy. Look at this anniversary box, don't it look spiffy? YuGiOh, from the days of old. You just knew, when I saw it, I would be sold. Then you have the Magic 30. I don't have one, because they did me dirty. $1,000 for a couple of packs. Not even any real cards, in fact. I'm not keeping up the rhyme scheme here. I'm be glad you got that far with it. Yeah, somewhat, somewhat of a rapper myself, but I'll wrap things up now. Oh, burrs. But, yeah, so I want to do this, a tale of two anniversary collections. So see here, one I physically own. You can see that, opened. You know why? I just did an unboxing video here. Look at this beautiful pack. But so yeah. See, one of those was easily achievable for me. Cost me $25. It's resale for $25 right now. I got a bulk discount because I got a case of them. I ordered 5 of these. This is one. So I got it for $100. So for $100, I in total got 5 boxes of this. 6 packs each. So that's a total of 30 packs. Promo cards, secret, special anniversary rares, re-releases of classic sets, obviously clearly marked with the 25th anniversary label. And overall, as a fan, I don't think me, a little Timmy, could ever feel upset about this. Yeah, Dragonite's a Timmy now. Sorry, dude. You had high hopes when you were a kid, but now, you're just a Timmy. So, yeah. So that's what I want to talk about today, because, overall, for, people with given Magic, Wizards of the Coast, and Hasbro, and when I'm going into this, I am not faulting the game of Magic. I'm faulting the companies at hand here. I don't know, ultimately, what decision this was. I don't know if this was a Wizards of the Coast decision, I don't know if this is a Hasbro decision, or I don't know if it was a heavily pushed decision to do this by one of the two, or some outside forces just, trying to do some things. Now, here's the thing. I don't think that Magic 30 is a god-awful product. I think it's overpriced. It is probably 100% overpriced. It is worthless. It is useless. Who the heck wants that? Well, some people do. Similar thing. Re-released classic cards. Cards on the reserve list. Very expensive cards like Black Lotus, just to name one. I say that card, you instantly know what I'm talking about. But now here's the thing. Now, if they had, here's the one thing, I will stand by this claim. If they made that, the collection, $1,000, if they made it where those cards were legal, I think that product would have been received very well. Now, here you're saying, for one thing, wouldn't that tank the price of those? No, they were on a limited print run. Not many of these are out here, you couldn't just go to your local game store and get one. These were specialty products. So overall, I don't think that would have hurt, and it would have hurt it a little bit. But ultimately, only people that can afford any cards like that are, people at a much higher income. So, and it wouldn't hurt it to the extent of, anything bad. I doubt they'd ever do it again, except for another anniversary. So, which I think is fair, I have a whole thing on the reserve list and all that it entails, but you know what? That's a time for another day, and we're here just talking about collections. But to ask somebody to spend $1,000 on cards that are worth tens of thousands of dollars, that with a chance to pull those cards, it's worth it, right? Because this might be the only way you can afford it. This might be the only time you ever get even the chance to sniff a Black Lotus, all right? Don't fault. I think that'd be great. But because of the way they did it with, $1,000, and I know many people have discussed this before, but I'm making this video not to, rehash it. I want to rehash it because views, but on the other hand, also just to, be like, it didn't need to be like that. Just, I'm just kind of speaking this out there into the world, maybe it, for the next time, because I think Magic can at least stand another 5 years. That'd be 35th anniversary edition right there, So this is something, for maybe it just, gets tossed. Somebody sees this, it gets tossed around the right circles. Maybe next time, 35th anniversary, we actually have a good product. That's what I did. Look at this. re-releasing the first 6 sets of classic Yu-Gi-Oh! The ones that people most remember, the ones we have fonded over in the anime. Re-releasing god cards, giving you traditional staples, not staples, but I'd say like the original mascots of Yu-Gi-Oh! You're giving those in promo cards. All that for $25. It was a perfect set because they put this is a case of putting the player, your audience first. Wizards of the Coast / Hasbro, I'm putting slash because I don't know who's at fault here, did not do that. They decided to go for, they made a premium product and said that's it. Now here's another thing that I think about this. I have one of these. This is a Dominaria remastered booster box. This set went over incredibly well. Reprinted some outstanding cards, a lot of tutors, Urza, just to name a couple. And look at that right on the, not, where is it? Yeah, look at that. Placid Magic the Gathering, Magic 30. If this was, the Magic 30th Anniversary box, if this is what they were doing, it'd be great. No one would bat an eye at it. If they had the Magic 30, the regular Magic 30 boxes, the $1,000 ones, as a separate premium thing, this, like, let's say it's this. You have this. This is a set. You have your Dominaria right here. This is the set. Regular standard priced box. Then you have this. This is a let's make this box little tiny box, $1,000 for our super hardcore high investors / collectors / higher income player base. I don't think there would have been as much backlash on it for 2 reasons. One, because that's not what's being shoved in your face as Magic 30. You're a fan of Magic. It is reasonable to say that some people have been fans of Magic for those 30 years. So now, for your dedication, for you playing the game, buying the cards, any engaging conversations, going to your local game store, for all that, you, instead of getting a product that is reasonably affordable to the average person, you are shoved in a $1,000 box. Instead, if you had to do this, if you did that, Dominaria remastered, maybe do a couple of the tweets here and there, maybe release some classic cards, maybe throw in some old artwork, maybe some random promos of older cards, because look, I'll just show you, because I got a whole binder here. Of just how beautiful this is. These are unrelated, but this is also just a flex. Look at that. Vampiric Tutor? 2 of them in the newer and older versions? That's, you don't think that's gonna attract some people? Oh, look at that. Force of Will? The classic? Enlightened Tutor? Urza? Or standard? That's what the people want. Don't, and again, the big thing is, all those cards are playable. If you're gonna release something like that, if you expect people to pay $1,000 for something, and some people did, some people really did, and it's crazy to me to to the outside world, I feel like people don't really fully understand this, and I can give a great example of this because I was actually talking to one of my coworkers the other day. So, see, for a little bit of context here, I work in a meat department at a grocery store. We were chopping away at some, like chicken and whatever. And, he was, I don't know how it came up, but we were talking about it a little bit. He back in the day when he was a kid, played Pokemon. And, I said, oh yeah, like some cards get crazy expensive, like those older cards. And he says, oh yeah, like what do you mean? And I started telling him about, like Magic and, like their prices, the reserve list and everything. And then I got to, the Magic 30 thing. I said, well, think about it this way. imagine if we priced a whole beef tenderloin, a whole filet mignon, whole thing. We sell it for, $18.99 a pound here. What if we just decide one day we're going to sell this one thing here for like $1,000? And we only have, maybe 10 of them. We're going to have 10 of these things. $1,000 each. So if someone buys this, we're making a lot of money on just 10 of these. Most of the people will say, it's not worth it, that's stupid. I'm not wasting my money, I'm going to go somewhere else. But there's going to be that one guy. There might always be that one guy that comes in and says, well, I want the filet. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take this. I'll spend that. I got $1,000. Money is not a factor to me because of my income situation. So overall, that person will buy it. It doesn't make it a good thing, but some people will buy it, and that's the thing with Magic 30. Some people did buy it because they are that higher end customer. They exist in this world for any hobby in any area. Sports. You got the people that that watch all the games and save it to maybe go to maybe one game a year, versus you have the people that can afford to spend buy courtside seats every time they want to go. It's a thing, and it's an unfortunate fact, and it's an unfortunate fact that makes me think that this is not going to end. But I want to just push this further because this is what we're here for. This is what the players deserve. Anniversaries are for the players. This isn't celebration. You want the only reason that YuGiOh is chilling for 25 years? Because of the players. Just the people that, bought the cards, watched the anime, collected them, made all the memes, still making content to this day. And I gotta say, the YuGiOh community, they fucking kill it. I wouldn't say I'm not part of it, but they kill it. Team APS is coming out with a lot of great stuff. Simply Unlucky still killing it all these years later. Cyber Knight, they kill it, man. I think the big thing is that, overall, I know people get upset with Konami and the ban list, and the more modern YuGiOh, which Magic, CDH, Commander is not always that much better than YuGiOh. Just saying, guys. But I don't want to get, I don't want to die here, so I'm not gonna say it too loud. But yeah, it does get pretty crazy. Yeah. Crazy, I know. But yeah. But at the very least, what Konami has now here. I know what a lot of people get upset about. People. It's a very complicated thing when we get into investments here. People buy and resell sealed products. People buy and resell cards when just because that's they know there's money in there. That's how some people make their livelihoods. There's local game stores that do that same thing. That they're going all in here. But I understand that you want to $25 bots you might not even get $25 value. That $1,000 premium pack, it gets more attention. It it definitely opens some eyes. And I will say this, I've always stood by this, is that people say, oh, not all publicity is good publicity. Yes, it is, because despite how pissed off people were towards Magic, it got attention. It had people everywhere commenting on it, and I know it hurt the stock, but how many people were looking at Magic at that point? How many people were looking at it? It can happen, and that's the scary part. So and with the whole one of one thing for the new Lord of the Rings set, that only one exists, which is that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other video I got planned, but overall, I just, this is for the players. Magic 30 was made for scum. It wasn't made for anyone, actually. It actually wasn't made for it. It was made by people and basically said, you want to celebrate Magic? This is what you do. Wasn't that hard. Also, for the record, YuGiOh, this is just a side note, YuGiOh booster bots cost significantly less than Magic bots' retail. You can't tell me it's that much more expensive, guys. I'm not even talking about these ones. I'm talking about, regular booster bots. I'm talking about these just in YuGiOh form. There's no reason they to cost that much. I seriously doubt, unless Konami has some, thing in there, that these can cost significantly less than these. But no, because again, I feel like that's where the whole Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast thing comes into play even more, because this this is an outstanding product that everybody enjoyed and said this was a great thing. Magic 30 was a thing that, this felt fine-tuned by people out of love and care, and yes, it made sense. It made sense in the lore, made sense in the game, made sense for the timing. It was perfect. But the 30 bots felt like, no, someone was told, we're gonna make this thing, and they made it. Where's the love? Couldn't tell you. But no, we need more of this in the world. And I think that's why, people always seem, when I found when people are talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Related things, I don't know if it's just the people, it could just be, but everyone speaks in a much more positive way about Yu-Gi-Oh! Than they do Magic recently. That's not to say that it's all negative, plenty of people enjoy the product. I still buy the products. I think there are still good products out there. But it's just, it's right now just this very love-hate relationship, because on one hand you love the game, but you just hate the people that make it. You hate the business side of it. You yourself are having fun with your friends, but then you turn around, go online, go on Twitter and see, oh, this is what they're doing now? It's BS, man. But, I don't know. I've gone on for too long with this, but, just a darn shame, really. I was happy when I opened this. This gave me everything I could have hoped for out of an Anniversary collection. Oh, and by the way, they're also re-releasing all the classic original sets, aside from aside from one of these. So, all 5 out of 6 of these are all getting full-on set releases for 25th Anniversary. So, yes, take that, Wizards as well, / Hasbro. But anyway, I apologize for rambling on. I hope hope y'all, maybe could spark a conversation here. If not, thank you for your time. Have a good one. Timmy says bye. Bye. Peace.